Hare Krishna. Today I am in Penang in the main ISKCON temple called Radha Krishna Kanaya. And I am in Srila Prabhupada room. We have many books, and we have the Parampara, Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, Gaura Kishore Bhagavaji Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jagannath Das Bhagavaji Maharaj. And today I am with Kalesha, who is a very senior devotee.
Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, can you introduce little yourself?
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandava Pranam. My name is Kalesha Das, Kala Isha Das. I'm actually a local Chinese in Malaysia, in Penang, this particular state. And I've been a devotee since 1986.
Yes.
And since Prabhu wants to know about the potency of Prabhupada's book, so I'd like to share that when I first joined, in fact, before I joined, I heard about the Bhagavad Gita, and I was looking around at that time in the early 80s over here, and very difficult to find at that point of time.
Yes.
So somehow or other, I managed to contact some devotee, and he shared me back to Godhead magazine, and from there I get to know about ISKCON more. And then I was looking for a book, and he gave the Bhagavad Gita.
So it was in which language?
It's in English.
English.
I read English, and I got a lot of questions when I was in my younger days in school. I was thinking that what is life, why people get affected when somebody close to them are affected. So I got a lot of questions, and I respect all religion. That's my idea of religion all along. And I came from a Christian school. I got a lot of Muslim friends. Of course, I'm a Chinese or Buddhist.
So it's
So
like many different contact with different religion.
yes, I've been to malls. I spoke to Islam friends. I go for Hinduism, the rituals, the South Indian prayers. But I was not. I was still hungry for some knowledge, and finally, when I do get Prabhupada's book, the Bhagavad
Yes.
Gita, I start reading it, and I realized that there are a lot of answers which I personally do not have the intelligence to ask. So
Yeah.
that really convinced me that this is a very special book. And I read the Bhagavad Gita. I finish it, within that year. And again, I say that there are so many things which is there which I don't really know that such a thing exists. And then from there, I met some devotees, and then I come to know about ISKCON, and then there are many books they sell that time. So slowly, I begin to read Nectar of Devotion, Nectar
Okay.
Instruction, and Isopanishad, without knowing that these are the four main books that Prabhupada asked to read. And I finished all that before I took my initiation actually. And I was totally convinced that this knowledge you cannot find anywhere.
At that time, it was like a temple, yeah, in
No,
Malaysia.
there's no temple, nothing except once in a while there's some program in some Grahasta house. The first devotee I met, proper disciple, is Yadubara. Yadubara and his wife Vishaki Mataji, and the small daughter came to a house program which I attended. And it was in the 83, 84 like that.
Mm.
That time I was not serious, but I find it was very, eye opener. And I have a girlfriend who is not interested, so it
Yeah.
take me about 2 3 years. Then we broke up. Then I become serious,
Yes.
and I realized that Prabhupada's books are different from any other books I've written. I've read, and I continue to pursue. And after I got initiated, I began to become more actively involved in ISKCON. I distribute. I some of my service I go for the book distribution.
Yes.
Also, I was working. I'm not a full-time devotee. I was actually working. But whenever weekends come, whenever proper disciple come, like Dhruwanath Prabhu, from England, I met Ramswaran Prabhu and his
Yes.
wife Janaki, uh, Janana Maharaj, Prabhu Vishnu,
Yes.
Maharaj at the time, and Bhakti Ranjan Maharaj. And in the olden days in Malaysia, we see a lot of proper disciple coming. Sotra Maharaj, Subhas Maharaj, Indradyumna Maharaj, even.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, Bhakti. So anyway, we have a lot of association with them, those early days. And from there, and then they actually encourage reading.
Yes. Yes.
And I bought a lot of books, a lot of books, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavatam, even a lecture series, proper lecture series at that time.
Yes.
Dhruvanai was actually marketing it. The lectures on Bhagavatam, lectures on different subjects, all in book. I think it's a very rare edition. So I got all that. But it's all in my shelf. All these big books, all I don't have the time to read. And during the COVID, a few years ago, I find the time to read. Before that, I don't really read much, but during COVID, I start reading the Bhagavatam.
Yes.
I tell you, Bhagavatam is on a different level from Bhagavad Gita. It's considered to be the higher studies
Yes.
and Bhagavatam is, I don't know how to describe it, but first canto I read, it was fantastic. Second canto was fantastic. Every canto is just out of this world. Prabhupada says transcendental. It is transcendental. But one important thing is that I find that many times Prabhupada say when you read my book, you read scrutinizingly.
Yes.
So that gave me quite impact because the other book that I read, the four books, and in fact I read Chaitanya Charitamrita also, but it was like just a reading.
Yes.
But the Bhagavatam, I really scrutinizing read. After 4 years, I only up to Canto 8.
Yes.
And the Bhagavad Gita, I read second time, and it actually, like what Prabhupada says, that each time he reads his own book, he always find fresher and fresher meaning. And I find that every chapter that I read, always there's something which is blow my mind. And I'd be a fool not to continue reading Prabhupada's book.
Mhm.
And I will continue, I think, probably until the day I probably leave this world, because there's nothing in this world comparable to Prabhupada's book. Without Prabhupada, we don't have access to this Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita, even Bhagavad Gita, because I understand there are many editions of Bhagavad Gita, but it is very confusing. I personally haven't read, but there are people who read who told me it's confusing. But when you read Prabhupada's book, it's very clear. And that is testimony to Prabhupada's Shakti. And I heard Prabhupada says that I never read the book, Krishna did take, and I just put it into paper or into the dictaphone. So what we are getting from Prabhupada's book is not just pure devotees, realization, but also Krishna's personal effort to link us. But we have to be able to be ready to accept. If you read it like a newspaper or like a live magazine or like a Reader Digest, then you won't get much of it. But if you read it like Krishna says, me and my Lord Gita is a literal incarnation. There's no difference. His name and now Abhinanjan Namanam, Krishna's name and him no different. Krishna's structure here no different. So it's not different, it's transcendental. And the Prabhupada says, to taste how sweet honey is, you don't lick from the outside. You need to take the effort, open the cap, taste it. Then you know actually how sweet or how tasty honey is. So similarly, you want to know the everything that Prabhupada says, everything's in my book. You don't need anything else. You have to actually open the bottle of honey and actually dip the finger in and actually taste it. That's why Prabhupada says read scrutinizingly. And recently I found that the Goswami, the second stanza of the song Nana Sastra Vicharanaika, I found the word expertly, scrutinizingly study all the religious scriptures. For what? For the benefit of all humankind. Not just for his own benefit, but for the benefit of all humankind. And I mean, we are all count the Goswami line. And I feel that anyone who really are truly can actually feel they're blessed should not waste their life, you know, reading other things or read it casually. If you read casually, Krishna says, Ye yata mam papayante, according to surrender, I reward you accordingly. So you read my book, you chant my name, you do my service casually, that's all you're going to get, casual bhakti. But if
Yes.
you really want bhakti, you have to dive deep into it. Prabhupada says, you dive deep, deep, deep into the ocean, and that's where the nectar is.
Can I ask you which, because I think you took the decision to read by yourself.
Yes.
Did you have some inspiration in some senior devotee by association? You get some inspiration, or it was mainly your own decision for reading in a very organized way?
Well, I would uh, I would say that to some extent, when I hear devotee giving classes,
Yes.
different devotees, proper disciple and other elegant disciple, I mean the way they quote Shastra, and then I see YouTube lectures also from
Yes.
many other proper disciples, because that's where I can get everything from all over the place, making the best use of modern technology. And I feel inspired by them in a sense that they can and you see sometimes, for example, the sloka Tate Nukampam Susami
Yes.
Samano. I doesn't know about these words at all. And I was hearing a lecture in Mayapur, and somebody asked a question, and this devotee quoted this word Tate Nukampam. And then he gave it, wow. And then I look at the words, wow. It's like, I mean, that means to say that, because of devotees, they sharing this thing. I look at that verse and I read it. I was like, hey, it's and Prophet also, quoted this verse a lot, and I remember that verse by heart. And Prophet, the Mukunda Mula Sutra, Krishna Tvadi Yapadapa. I was always intrigued by Prophet singing that. Prophet singing like like totally in a different plane. Uh, Krishna Tvadi Yapadapang Kaja, and I look at the book, I read it. So it's all there it's all in my bookshelf, but I don't take it. So yeah, I would say that the devotees, they in their class, and then this part, that part, I always look at it, and it convinced me even more that nothing happened by chance.
Yes.
And Krishna sometimes worked through devotees, worked through different non-devotees even. That Prabhupada writing is, I understand Prabhupada wrote the book. He was writing back to Korean magazine. And his friend was telling, you write magazine, people read it and throw away. You should write a book so that people, then Prabhupada got inspiration. And Prabhupada took it as Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj telling,
Yes.
giving instruction to even a non-devotee, or maybe a devotee, but it's not. But in this way, I see that, sometimes something is inside the book which we may not reach yet, but it's appropriate for you. You're facing some kind of issue, and you hear it in the class from devotees or like
Yes.
that. So yeah, definitely, inspiration from devotees, all devotees. I wouldn't say one particular one because
Yes. Yes.
there's so many. Like yourself, we shared a lot of things yesterday, and I feel that you have shared your much of experience, and I feel that wow, I haven't reached that point, but there's a lot of things that I have to learn. And I will keep on reading because I have 8 canto, got 9 and 10 canto, and then 11, 12. And then the CC is waiting for me. So it's wonderful, it's wonderful. And I would advise everyone to read scrutinizingly. Don't read like a newspaper or just read to finish my quota of reading.
Yes. And in Malaysia, how many books are translated? I think many people understand English,
Yeah.
but also, many people are from South India or Chinese
Yes,
origin.
yes, yes.
So, what is the situation with the translation of the book?
Okay. In Malaysia, four main languages are spoken:
Yeah.
English and the local Bahasa Malaysia, they call it.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have a lot of Chinese. Chinese means Mandarin.
Mandarin, yes.
And then we have Tamil, mostly
Yes.
Tamil, Indians and most Tamil, some North Indians there, some Telugu are there.
Mm.
So we have books from in Mandarin, we took from China,
Yes.
Bhagavad and some other smaller books. In Tamil, Bhagavad also we have,
Yes.
take from India, and also now Bhagavad also got in Tamil also. And then Bahasa Malaysia is
Yeah.
similar to Bahasa Indonesia. So we have
Ah,
Bawagita, only Bawagita in Bahasa Indonesia, which is pretty
yes,
close to the local language, and also we have that book. So, and then once we have some Bangladesh, Nepali, so they do have
yeah,
a Hindi book, but not much.
yes,
So I personally can read Bahasa Malaysia and English, but I never studied Mandarin, so a bit handicapped there.
okay, yeah,
But these are the books that we have around here.
yes.
Yeah,
So it seems that in Malaysia yourself, you were connected to Srila Prabhupada books since the beginning of your Krishna consciousness,
yeah, yeah.
and still going on, of course.
Yeah, because like I say, I would be a fool, to let go of something so valuable. It's like,
Yes,
if you get a diamond and then you know its value, you
yeah,
just simply throw it away, or
yes,
keep it, and then you don't enjoy it. And like I say, your whole outlook of life changes,
mm,
because we talk about you are not the body, you are the soul. Yeah, yeah, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. But in the Bhagavatam, it tells you how you can realize that.
yes,
And that is something which I think nobody can give it to you, unless Krishna wants to give you personally through his pure devotees
yes,
and to other agencies. So I can only appeal to those who are reading. Don't reading just to get a degree in this or that or this or that, but read it, because if you like in school, we go for exam. After exam over, we just, okay, that's it, finish. I go for another subject. But this transcendent knowledge is not like that. You even though you finish, Prabhupada always say read and read and read. And Sukriti Prabhu have shared that Prabhupada say, you read one word, you read one sentence, you read
yes,
one paragraph, you read one page. I mean, it is true. It is true. You see, so otherwise, why would Prabhupada say this?
yes,
But it's for us to find out. By opening up the cover of the honey bottle. That's not the way to explain it. You have to open up the bottle. Don't leak from outside. You see the honey there or inside, but the covering is there, and that covering is our own, probably desire, or distorted intelligence. It's okay. I do service. I do this. I do this is enough. But no, even you attend Bhagavatam class also. Some of them nodding off, or maybe because they never read, so whatever the speaker speak, they cannot relate to what they read. So when you read and you hear a lecture, whatever he speaks will definitely from
yes,
unless he's
yes,
bogus. So you can link, and then when it's linked,
yeah,
then you can ask question.
yes,
See, otherwise there's no question asked, or stupid question asked, like, no, why you have Shika, why? Yeah,
So
okay,
yes, thank you very much, Prabhu, for your
thank
very
you, thank you.
inspiring
Yeah.
presentation of
Wow.
Srila Prabhupada books. Huh?
Please bless me that I'll continue to read. I'm reading at least minimum 1 hour a day, which is not much. I heard some lectures here and there, which is also not much, but I hope to increase,
Yes,
more and more. Krishna's mercy, Prabhupada's mercy, Vaishnava's mercy is possible.
right. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
very
much,
much.
Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.